I surprised my cheating wife with divorce. She had no idea that I knew about her affair. Decided to divorce, but having second thoughts. I caught my 49 male wife, 42 female, having an affair. Together for 7 years, married for 3, no kids. First, she denied it completely. All the mental gymnastics and gaslighting made me go insane. I started questioning my own sanity. I lost sleep and appetite trying to make sense of what she had told me. Trickle truth. She finally confessed to a version of her affair. I believe there's a lot more that she hasn't shared with me. I gave it a lot of thought and then decided that divorce is the right decision for us. I'm slowly sinking in. My brain is pulling all the good memories over our relationship. The day we got married, the day we bought a house, the lazy snowy days when we did nothing but sat next to each other, inside jokes, etc. D-Day +5. The problem is I was pretty happy with my divorce decision. Now I'm sad, lonely, and having second thoughts. If you went through something similar, please share your thoughts. Update. Affair and divorce. A lot has changed. I'm no longer questioning my decision to divorce. I'm worried about my safety though. I told her about divorce. She cried and begged for second chance and offered to hand me her electronic devices. She did a near-perfect job of wiping everything clean. I found that she is planning her life with a pair of partner in the foreign country and is in the process of getting all the required paperwork before eloping. Her preparation is not complete and the divorce will be inconvenient. I haven't confronted her yet. She's doing everything she can to hold the status quo, including being fake nice and fake victim in all of this. Prior to discovery, she had asked me for a big sum of money to pay the bills and holiday shopping. At that time, I thought it was odd, but it makes sense now. I refused. This person is not my wife. I don't recognize her at all. I do believe she is now capable of causing me harm if she has to. I have life insurance. As far as I'm concerned, she might be planning to kill me with a fair partner's help. Collect insurance checks. My lawyer didn't show up at the initial appointment. Hopefully, I'll be able to meet with someone today. I don't want to leave my house. How do I ensure my safety and the safety of my important documents and belongings? Update 2. Affair and gaslighting. I caught my wife having an affair. Sexing, planning life together and all that. Our divorce is in progress. What hurts me the most in this process is betrayal and gaslighting. Before discovery, I knew she had been texting with her new friend a lot. I joked about her having an affair with him. She flipped out and asked me if I truly trust her, and how dare I even think that she could have an affair. She made me question my love for her. A couple of weeks later, when I saw his selfies on her phone, she said they're just silly, goofy friends who exchange selfies just to say hi. It means nothing, and it is platonic. When I found inappropriate pictures, she said it was an accident. From him to her and vice versa. When I have found they've been telling each other, I love yous, she insisted that it's just cultural differences and I wouldn't understand. She insisted it's just platonic friendship and I am making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm a control freak. I cannot see her happy and being independent. I'm jealous and how dare I question her loyalty to us and our family. I started to question my own sanity. I feel like I can take her outside and show her the bright, shiny sun and birds flying and tell her it's daytime. If it fits her narrative, she will convince me it's nighttime. She maintains that she didn't do anything, and if she did, it is my fault. The more I dug, the more I found in her response was this is the end of it all. Let's move on with our lives. Stop being a control freak. I have recently discovered that she is planning her new life in a foreign country with her fair partner. She's getting foreign IDs, renting places and all that. I'm shocked that my wife is capable of all this. She's turned into this cruel and evil person that I do not recognize. For the 7 years I've known her, she is the kindest person who would not even hurt a bug in the house and would insist that we catch and release it alive. The betrayal by my best friend and the love of my life is what's hurting me the most, and I haven't been able to accept this aspect. How do you cope with betrayal and gaslighting? Update 3. D-Day +20 days. This community has been super helpful and supportive. I have received valuable insights. See my earlier post for the background. I told my soon-to-be ex-wife that I wanted a divorce on D-Day +5. She came to me the next day fake crying and begging me not to divorce her. She offered to cut all contact with her hair partner and focus on us. I didn't believe her but decided to play along because I needed this time to find a lawyer. During the next 2 weeks, she played the fake good wife. She tried to replay memories from the good old days, inside jokes, etc. Also, aggressively played the victim and blame shifted on me that I'm responsible for her cheating. All the same time, continued to talk to the pair partner behind my back. She wasn't good at hiding it though. When I confronted her, she continued to gaslight me. Didn't want any more drama, so I told her today, DDA plus 20, that I'm proceeding with divorce. The only reaction I got was of mild inconvenience. She didn't talk to the pair partner and started acting all joyful. She can now openly plan her visit to the pair partner's country. We live separately but in the same house. She's all happy, cheerful, and is rumbling it in my face. She told her family about her affair and divorce. No reaction from the family.
I'm relieved.
At some point I started to second-guess myself, but I'm pretty happy with my decision. During the 7 years of our relationship, I never realized that she was a narcissist. Someone here suggested reading up on covert narcissists. I was actually shocked because my soon-to-be ex-wife is textbook version of a covert narcissist. In hindsight, everything in our relationship was about her. Even when she was telling her family, she was told them that she hadn't decided as she wants to keep me around or her affair partner. I'm surprised I never saw any of that when we were together. Alright, the OP replied to a comment. I had considered my soon-to-be ex-wife as an intelligent, mature person, not to justify her actions, but all of what you've mentioned points to an undiagnosed mental illness. Second cheating story. Polyamorous. For a minute. 10 years ago, my wife of 10 years drunk flirted with an ex-boyfriend one night, and 6 months later decided she was poly. She said it was a revelation, and she'd never felt more like herself being able to love and bang multiple dudes. Our daughter was in 11th grade, and we both taught her. I stayed for 2 years trying to learn to make it work. During that time, she said lots of really cruel things to me. I'm fat. I'm ready for the 200 pounds man I deserve. I don't want to take care of you when you get sick. When men I find attractive compliment me, it makes me feel better than when you do. I eventually left. I'm not perfect. I committed my sins in our marriage, but I was never cruel. So when I left, it was because I was sad. I was glad she learned more about who she was, and I wished her well. Go dancing, singing, traveling, fucking, all the things. Before the divorce was final, she was online finding men. Within 6 months, she was engaged. Soon, she told me that now that she's with him, she's no longer poly. It was just a phase, evidently. She was the best friend I ever had. I gave her more of myself than I have any other person, and she fucked me over so she could fuck a smaller dude. It's been 10 years, and the deep betrayal has altered who I am. She deserves every ounce of misery that comes her way. Third cheating story. We were in a 5-year relationship, lived and loved through our college life. We were indispensable to each other. We were our support system. We had a good college life. It was one of the most natural experiences of my life. I used to feel so happy and peaceful. I started my job, and she started her postgraduate preparation. We had few hiccups in terms of fights, and mostly because I complained that she was not emotionally available to me after my father's departure out in COVID. Once she got admission in her postgrad college, our long distance flourished, and we used to meet very regularly. She was all lovey-dovey. On one of our meets, I discovered she was cheating on me for some 2 to 3 months with 2 guys, one in college and one outside, multiple times. Saw one of the guys 2 days before we met. When I discovered, she was extremely apologetic and guilty, and I blocked her. I told this to our mutual friends and her sister, who knew that we were planning to get married. And now she is like, you shouldn't have told her, and that she will never talk to me in life. I know we don't have a future, but my love is still lingering on, and I feel a bit guilty about telling this to close mutuals who knew our relationship nurtured and how we were planning a future. I don't know why, but I feel bad that we're no more, and I feel stupid for caring for her still and giving thoughts about her. Don't know what to do to clear my headspace in the correct way forward. Fourth cheating story. Before leaving for work this morning, I, 23M, had the overwhelming urge to look at my wife's, 23F, phone. I found Snapchat messages with at least 4 guys' messages saying I love you and pictures sent to some of them and talking about when they would meet up. I work a job where I am gone for 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours at a time. Me and my wife have a 2-year-old son. I've seen what divorce does to a child and never wanted to put my son through that, but I just feel like I can never forgive her. I confronted her after she asked me what was wrong while I was texting her about something with my son this morning. She confessed to texting these guys and going to the one's house a few times, but says that they just made out and watched movies. I just feel like I'll never be able to forgive or trust her again. She keeps talking about how she wants to work and prove to me that I can trust her. I just don't know how that's possible. What do I need to do reaching out to lawyers to make sure I have my son? For reference, I was the only one working. She was a stay-at-home mom. I just want to make sure I can give him the best life possible, while also making sure that I can also be happy in the long run.